Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on January 23, 2024. Watch again, Russia Foreign Minister Lavrov attends UN Security Council meeting on Ukraine. Kendal Town FC and fans stranded by Storm Isha on Isle of Man. BBC.com, rough seas rock boats in Dun Laoghaire harbour as Storm Isha rages on. The Independent, storm disrupts Isle of Man England ferry services. BBC, dramatic videos show Storm Isha damage so far. BBC.com, storm leaves non-league team and fans stranded on Isle of Man, ITV News. Warning Putin could fire nuclear weapons, latest on Ukraine-Russia war. The Independent, Russia thinks the US would dare respond to nuclear attack. The Times, Ukraine war drives shift in Russian nuclear thinking, study. Reuters, Ukraine war latest, concerning development for West as Russia changes nuclear thinking. Putin faces rare show of defiance. Sky News, Russia-Ukraine war live, warning Putin could fire nuclear weapons. Israeli father fears hostage daughter was sexually abused. UAE has funded political assassinations in Yemen, BBC finds. Death penalty, Kenneth Eugene Smith says wait for untested execution like torture. BBC, death penalty, prisoner set to be first person in US executed using nitrogen gas, BBC News. BBC News, why are states like Alabama, which is planning to use nitrogen gas, exploring new execution methods? The Independent, gravitas, Alabama to carry out first nitrogen gas execution. Middle East crisis live, Houthis warn, aggression, will be met with a response after fresh US-UK strikes in Yemen. Photographer Rankin reflects on his career and charity work. Hippie, capitalist, guru, grocer, the forgotten genius who changed British food. Kim Jong-un, is North Korea's leader actually considering war? Trump's testimony in E Jean Carroll defamation case postponed due to possible COVID. The Independent, Donald Trump court case postponed in New York court as E Jean Carroll seeks $10 million for defamation. BBC, why is Donald Trump back in court against E Jean Carroll? Medibank hack, Russian sanctioned over Australia's worst data breach. BBC, a sanction has been imposed on a hacker who released Australian health insurer client data. The Independent, Russian Alexander Ermakov sanctioned by Australia over alleged role in 2022 Medibank hack, ABC News. ABC News, Australia publicly names and sanctions Russian hacker over Medibank data leak. Hundreds of child refugees wrongly sent to adult detention centers. 5 children die in house fire in South Bend, Indiana. Sky News, a house fire in Indiana has killed 5 children and injured another. The Independent, 5 children die in house fire. Lowestoft Journal, how firefighters deal with tragedy on the job. WNDU, 5 children killed in Indiana house fire. Powerful earthquake hits China-Kyrgyzstan border. The Guardian, powerful 7.1 magnitude earthquake strikes western China causing potentially widespread damage. The Independent, powerful earthquake strikes along China-Kyrgyzstan border. Voice of America, VOA News. Earthquake of magnitude 5.1 rocks southern Xinjiang, China, GFZ. Reuters, strong magnitude 7.1 earthquake strikes remote western China, state media say. Fake Biden robocall tells voters to skip New Hampshire primary election. BBC, AI-generated robocall impersonates Biden in apparent bid to suppress votes. Hampstead Highgate Express, fake Biden tells voters not to turn up at polls on Tuesday in spoofed call. The Independent, bogus Biden robocall highlights concerns about expanding tool set for dirty political tricks. Israeli hostages' families storm Knesset meeting to demand their return. The Guardian, get up from your chairs. Angry Israelis chide Netanyahu's ministers after storming Knesset. Hindustan Times, relatives of Israeli hostages storm parliament to demand action. Sky News, families of Israeli hostages storm Knesset parliament meeting, BBC News. BBC News, families of 4 Israeli hostages urge Rishi Sunak to push for their release. In Italy, non-biological parents in same-sex couples may be removed from birth certificates. UK and US launch fresh airstrikes against Houthi targets in Yemen. The Independent, US and UK launch new airstrikes on multiple targets in Yemen, BBC News. BBC News, US and UK launch fresh strikes on Houthis in Yemen. BBC News updates from January 22, US and UK launch new strikes at Houthis, Arno to tap sons to LVMH board. Financial Times, US and UK launch fresh strikes on Houthis, US officials say, BBC News. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.